Is it here?
Say congratulations, Mom.
Congratulations.
Go give Mama a big hug.
Look how cool. Face me. No, hold it like this. I got my diploma and I'm opening it.
Congratulations, you've earned this.
What did Daddy get in the mail? Look at the pluses. What do you think?
It looks so good, Mom.
Looks good?
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations!
It is my great pleasure to welcome all of the families, the friends, the administrators, the incredible faculty, and most of all, you, our graduates. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are excited to celebrate with you today.
We will come out of this stronger than when we went in. We've learned so much. We've grown so much. We're still, at the end, focused primarily on students, and everything else is secondary.
Hi, I'm Sean.
And I'm Joanne.
And we're SNHU graduates. I chose SNHU to get a bachelor's and a master's.
I chose SNHU so I could continue my athletic career.
I just received my degree from SNHU.
SNHU was really supportive of my disability and allowed me to stay engaged in my classes while still attending doctor's appointments.
I am Michelle Barnhart and I'm a SNU graduate. As a student, SNHU made me feel like I belonged because they were always there for me whenever I needed them.
Everyone's path is different, but the destination and the dream are the same. To hold that degree and say to the world, I'm a college graduate. I did it.
At Southern New Hampshire University, you aren't just a student. You're the author of your own story. You don't just dream, you do. Where others see challenges, you see opportunities. You persevere in spite of everything life throws at you. When things get hard, you dig deep and find a way to push through. And after tackling late nights and rallying for early mornings, your hard work has finally paid off. And today, we are proud to call you graduates.
Hello, my name is Dr. Jennifer Batchelor, and I'm pleased to welcome you to the first ever Southern New Hampshire University virtual commencement. We are thrilled to be celebrating our graduates with their families, friends, as well as our faculty and staff who are watching from all over the world today. We are so proud of all you've accomplished and are very much looking forward to the opportunity to recognize your academic achievements in person as soon as we can. I would like to now ask everyone, if you are able, to please rise for the singing of our national anthem, sung by Jessica Caldwell, a Director of Academic Advising here at SNHU.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Jessica. Welcome everyone to this year's commencement ceremonies. We're broadcasting this ceremony live, though many of you may be watching it later, depending on where you are. We have students from around the globe. Time zones may dictate that you watch this with your family at another time. And you might be sitting wherever you are, thinking, well, this isn't the commencement ceremony we planned on. We've thought that more than once. And you wouldn't be wrong. But I want to recall a conversation I had with Lori Santos from earlier this year. Lori is an amazing faculty member at Yale, and we had a conversation. You'll hear from her later today as our commencement speaker. And we had a conversation earlier this year in which I was asking her about the impact of the pandemic on our students and the toll it was taking. And she said, yeah, it's been tough, but these students may be the most close-knit class that we'll ever produce. That years from now, decades from now, when they meet each other, they will have this bond. They will be the ones who studied and completed and graduated during a pandemic, something that none of us has ever experienced before, and I hope we won't ever again. And she also reminded me that this is a year in which, despite all the suffering, and it was considerable, life also flourished. People fell in love, people proposed, were married, babies were born. Businesses closed, but a lot of businesses started in the midst of this. And people throughout showed amazing kindness and compassion. And against that backdrop, college degrees were completed as well. You finished. And you did so showing resilience and courage and sacrifice, and many with a burden that was much more than could be expected of you. There are frontline workers in this graduating class. There are public health workers in this graduating class, public safety people, medical professionals. You did all that our society asked of you and more, and you also completed your college degree. We stand in awe. So we celebrate today in this virtual way because that's what public health dictates. And we've made a promise to you that as soon as we can safely do so, we'll have a physical commencement ceremony. And I would love to greet you on stage, see you in the audience. But take pride in this accomplishment. Take more pride in this accomplishment, not less. We will brag about you more in the years to come, not less. We will remember you more vividly, not less. You are an amazing class. And don't let distance and virtual space diminish the virtues of this accomplishment. Commencements are important, really important. They are the parade through the city streets when the team has won the championship. But no one confuses the parade for the game. Parades are not the championships. You won that game in the long hours of being a student and writing papers, completing exams. And when you finished your last class, I know you remember that day, the last assignment was handed in and earned your degree, and in that moment you won the championship. You come into this day the champions of your own story and of our hearts, and we are incredibly proud. Let the ceremonies begin. It's my pleasure to introduce this year's commencement speaker, Dr. Laurie Santos of Yale University. Laurie has received a Doctorate of Humane Letters for her contributions to the social sciences, and more importantly, for her guidance, which has taken on national prominence for how to lead a healthier and happier life. Laurie is an incredibly influential figure who's taught us about resiliency, positive psychology, and in a way that doesn't neglect the genuine challenges and suffering in the world, but instead talks about how we build a meaningful and happy life despite, and in some cases, because of what we've been through. Laurie is perhaps the most apt speaker we could have for this incredible year that we've just been through together. I'm happy to introduce Dr. Laurie Santos.
Hello and good afternoon to everyone watching this 2021 Southern New Hampshire University Commencement Address. To President LeBlanc and all the members of the faculty and staff, to all the honored guests, to the family and friends of everyone at Southern New Hampshire University, and last but definitely not least, to all the graduates here with me today, the Spring 2020, Fall 2020, and Spring 2021 classes. Thank you so much for having me here today. I can't tell you what an honor it is to speak to your commencement class in particular. Simply put, your class is amazing. I'm looking out over this video screen at 45,000 graduates, on-campus and off-campus learners, scholars from all 50 states and more than 50 countries, people from all walks of life who share this love of learning and have come to Southern New Hampshire University to become scholars. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate you for all your accomplishments, big and small, that you've had over the last few years. But I also want to congratulate you on the fact that you've managed to achieve all these accomplishments in one of the most challenging times our country and our world has ever seen. I'm sure that when you signed up to go to college, you didn't think you'd be getting your degree in the middle of a global pandemic. In the last 15 months, all our lives have changed in ways that nobody could have imagined. But in spite of all of those challenges, you're all sitting here today proudly watching this virtual commencement address. You're ready to head off into this new, nearly post-pandemic world with your degree. And that is incredible. You all rock, and you should be really, really proud of yourself. And so when I started thinking about the kinds of things I could say during this virtual commencement address, I wanted to address all the uncertainty and all the difficulty that we've all been facing. But to be totally frank, being a virtual commencement speaker in 2021 is kind of hard, because the usual task of a commencement speaker is to give you some wise and very sure of itself advice, something that you can use for the future. But right now, we're celebrating all of your achievements at a time when the future seems more uncertain than ever. I mean, I am a scientist and a happiness expert, but this is still my first global pandemic. I'm not sure what the next few months or even the next few years hold. And so when I thought what I could tell you during this kind of challenging, strange, uncertain time, I wanted to go back to something that I know will work, something that science tells me is advice that I can be sure of. And so I want to give you a strategy that is known by science to improve not just your physical health, but also your happiness. And that strategy is that I want you to take some time to experience gratitude, the simple act of counting your blessings. Now, feeling grateful right now in such a challenging time can be difficult. It's also a little countercultural. These days, we're more likely to count our hassles than our blessings. But research shows that gratitude can help, especially during difficult times. Grateful people are not only happier, but healthier. They sleep better, and they have stronger immune function. Gratitude can reduce depression and anxiety, and it also can make you more productive. No matter what job you are off to right now, gratitude can make you perform a little bit better. It can also help you with the big things in life, like saving for retirement and eating more healthily. You're less likely to procrastinate if you're feeling grateful, and it's a kind of strategy that can benefit you a lot in the future. And so, in the few minutes I have with you, I wanted to try it. I want you to experience some gratitude. So, bear with me wherever you are. I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to take a minute to just recognize how lucky you are to come to a place like Southern New Hampshire University. Think about how lucky you feel and how grateful you are. But even more than that, I want you to take a moment to experience gratitude for all the people who've helped you along the way. Because the fact is, none of you've made this journey on your own. This big accomplishment that you're all experiencing right now, it is something that you share with a huge village. Now, I think soon all of you are going to get your diplomas, and when it arrives, you're going to open it up and look at your name there, in big bold letters. But I want you to remember all the names that are also there in invisible ink, the many, many, many other names that have helped you with this accomplishment. And I want you to remember that they're not written on there in an obvious way, but they are there in invisible ink. On your diploma in invisible ink is going to be the name of your mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers, aunties and uncles, cousins, family, friends, grandparents, step-parents, everyone who's been there for you. On that name in invisible ink is going to be countless numbers of friends who've been there for you when you needed them, who've given you advice, who've talked you through the tough times. On there in invisible ink are probably your high school teachers, mentors, coaches, everyone who's been by your side through the long history of learning that you've had. And on that diploma in invisible ink are also going to be generations of people before you who've worked incredibly hard so that one day you could call yourself a college graduate. Now I want you to take a moment to notice how you feel, thinking about how lucky you are, all those names of people who've helped you along the way. That warmth in your chest, maybe some of those almost happy tears you might be shedding right now, that is a genuine feeling of gratitude and connection. It's a feeling that this world has your back. And that's what gratitude can do. It's a performance-enhancing drug, and one that's likely to give you lots more happy feelings in the time to come. Class of 2021, I hope you will take this scientific tip to heart. I speak for everyone else who's watching this when I say that so many of your teachers and family members and friends are incredibly proud of you and incredibly grateful that you've now graduated. Congratulations on all your accomplishments. And here's to deeply and intentionally appreciating all that life brings you from here all out. Congratulations, and thank you for having me as your virtual commencement speaker.
President LeBlanc, I am pleased to introduce the newest graduates of Southern New Hampshire University's Social Sciences programs. The mission of SNHU's Social Sciences Department is to enhance learners' academic experiences within an asynchronous environment and apply evidence and competency-driven knowledge towards self, cultural, and societal improvement. We pride ourselves on providing our learners with a transformative educational experience, never giving up on those who are putting forth the effort to achieve their academic goals. The social sciences are more important than ever during these challenging and uncertain times. Knowledge of human behavior and practical skills such as critical thinking, problem solving, emotional intelligence, research, communication, and ethical reasoning will help you, our graduates, to be change agents in your communities. The human experience is something that unites all of us. In pursuing a social sciences degree, you have followed your aspirations to serve others. You will enter various industries prepared with academic degrees, expertise, and experience in an impressive array of disciplines and specializations, including anthropology, criminal justice, human services, political science, psychology, and sociology, just to name a few. Each of these disciplines provides a unique perspective in understanding ourselves and others. Our lives have been upended over the past year in ways that we could not have imagined. Despite all of the obstacles you may have faced during your academic career, you had the motivation, commitment, and most of all, the perseverance to achieve this incredible milestone of completing your degree. This is an outstanding accomplishment that you should be truly proud of. You know that the key to changing your lives and the lives of your families is education. You have made many sacrifices to get here. You've studied on nights and weekends while juggling many responsibilities in order to obtain your degree. You've been supported by families, friends, and colleagues in your journeys to completing your degree. As you move forward post-graduation, you may now be fulfilling your dreams to enter a social sciences field or reaching new heights in your career. You came to SNHU to challenge yourself to create a different, better future, and you succeeded. Your success solidifies our mission and purpose. You will enter a more complex, dynamic, interconnected, and demanding world than the graduates before you. Through your studies at SNHU and your real-world experiences, you are prepared to succeed in the highly challenging environments that await you in the social sciences fields and positively impact the human experience. To our many faculty, associate deans, advisors, and staff, thank you for all that you have done to contribute to our social sciences graduate success. Your work will have lifelong positive impact on the lives of these graduates. Congratulations to you all, the newest graduates of SNHU's social sciences programs.
At every graduation ceremony, there's one last piece that makes it official. And it's a bit of legal language that I'm required to read. I didn't read it one year when I started at SNHU, so there may be a whole class of people who think they graduated, and they may not have, but don't tell them. But you will be taken care of, so here we go. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Southern New Hampshire University and by the General Court of the State of New Hampshire, I hereby confer the degrees of Doctor of Education, Doctor of Philosophy, International Master of Business Administration, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, and Master of Science. The Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Applied Science, and Bachelor of Science. Associate in Arts, and Associate in Science, with all rights, honors, privileges thereto. Congratulations.
Kathleen Opt, Master of Science. Leslie Adamson, Master of Science. Yesenia Aguilera, Master of Science. Justin Albert, Master of Science. Erica Alexander, Master of Science. Abigail Allman, Master of Science. Anya Andrade, Master of Science. Paula Applin, Master of Science. Lisbeth Arias, Master of Science. Christopher Arrigo, Master of Science. Jason Astorita, Master of Science. Alkashia Avery, Master of Science. Rosita Ayala, Master of Science. Nicole Scott, Master of Science. Rhett Baker, Master of Science. Emanuele Baresi, Master of Science. William Bates, Master of Science. Evan Beals, Master of Science. Ashley Beaupre Aldrich, Master of Science. Savannah Bell, Master of Science. Holly Bishop, Master of Science. Brittany Black, Master of Science. Conray Black, Master of Science. Jessica Blanchette, Master of Science. Ryan Blom, Master of Science. Stephanie Bordway, Master of Science. Sarah Borkowski, Master of Science. Stephen Bordier, Master of Science. Vendla Bramble, Master of Science. Christine Brand, Master of Science. Tiffany Brennan, Master of Science. Kenika Britt, Master of Science. Jason Broadway, Master of Science. Damari Bronson, Master of Science. Pamela Brooks, Master of Science. Joshua Brown, Master of Science. Caitlin Brown, Master of Science. Nancy Brown, Master of Science. Kayla Brunson, Master of Science. Austin Buckland, Master of Science. Caitlin Burke, Master of Science. Sharonda Burley, Master of Science. Kristen Burton, Master of Science. Logan Buswell, Master of Science. Brianna Bynum, Master of Science. LaShunta Bird Fulbright, Master of Science. Lauren Can, Master of Science. Emily Carden, Master of Science. Anna Carpenter, Master of Science. Caitlin Carter, Master of Science. Dustin Carter, Master of Science. Kelly Castle, Master of Science. Elizabeth Celio, Master of Science. Charles Centers, Master of Science. Dawn Centracchio, Master of Science. Augustina Charette, Master of Science. Alicia Chavez, Master of Science. Anne-Marie Cesari, Master of Science. Adriana Ciappa, Master of Science. Ruari Clancy, Master of Science. Ryan Clancy, Master of Science. Patrick Cliff, Master of Science. Daniel Connolly, Master of Science. Tiffany Cornwell, Master of Science. Jessica Corneilla, Master of Science. Silvano Cazzini, Master of Science. Christina Craver, Master of Science. Tony Cross, Master of Science. Crystal Cummings, Master of Science. Olivia Cunnis, Master of Science. John Cunningham, Master of Science. Erica Dahl, Master of Science. Ira Dale, Master of Science. Lily Daniels, Master of Science. Christy DeFreitas, Master of Science. Paul Del Campo, Master of Science. Mary Deloge, Master of Science. Ashley Dina Way, Master of Science. Christina Dennis, Master of Science. Jessica Dennis, Master of Science. Madeline Dennison, Master of Science. Chelsea Denny, Master of Science. Kaylin Dice, Master of Science. Rebecca Dickerson, Master of Science. Malika Dickinson, Master of Science. Justine DeMaria, Master of Science. Danielle Dingwall, Master of Science. Nicholas DePiero, Master of Science. Christopher Donnet, Master of Science. Sarai Donoso Yanez, Master of Science. Kennedy Dowd, Master of Science. Elizabeth Druin, Master of Science. Ashley Duggins, Master of Science. Matthew Duhane, Master of Science. Kendall Duncan, Master of Science. Jessica Dunn, Master of Science. Joanne Egan, Master of Science. Abigail Edemidian, Master of Science. Alexander Ehrlich, Master of Science. Ashley Elder, Master of Science. Daniel Estrada, Master of Science. Melissa Evans, Master of Science. Kurt Everest, Master of Science. Layla Faridani, Master of Science. Ivy Field, Master of Science. Siobhan Forbes, Master of Science. Hocule Foster, Master of Science. Holly Gabby, Master of Science. Casey Gagnon, Master of Science. Courtney Gideon, Master of Science. Catherine Gill, Master of Science. Rustin Gilmore, Master of Science. Gilbert Gima, Master of Science. Jeanette Gima, Master of Science. Fiorella Giordano, Master of Science. Michael Girolman, Master of Science. Devin Gervin, Master of Science. Holly Glenn, Master of Science. Alana Godfrey, Master of Science. Cassidy Green, Master of Science. Kayla Gridley, Master of Science. Owen Griffin, Master of Science. Jennifer Groves, Master of Science. Rachel Gunderson, Master of Science. Catherine Hayden, Master of Science. Christy Hall, Master of Science. Summer Harris, Master of Science. Tara Hartman, Master of Science. Heather Harvey, Master of Science. Janiqua Hassan, Master of Science. Jasmine Hathaway Houston, Master of Science. Anthony Hatton, Master of Science. Samantha Hazelton, Master of Science. Sylvia Healy, Master of Science. Brielle Heinel, Master of Science. Nora Helmy, Master of Science. Pamela Henderson, Master of Science. Jennifer Hendricks, Master of Science. Gregory Henshaw, Master of Science. Lisa Hewitt, Master of Science. Ramra Hickerson, Master of Science. Troy Hykins, Master of Science. LaDawn Hinson-Acone, Master of Science. Catherine Hochstad, Master of Science. Caitlin Hogue, Master of Science. Adam Hawley, Master of Science. Megan Hommel, Master of Science. Loniqua Howell, Master of Science. Chastity Jackson, Master of Science. Cheryl Jackson, Master of Science. Tiffany Jackson, Master of Science. Shariah James, Master of Science. Jeanette Jarvis, Master of Science. Ronald Jefferson, Master of Science. Aisha Jennings, Master of Science. Michael Jensen, Master of Science. Michael Jurgit Hen, Master of Science. Marty Shaw Johnson, Master of Science. Christina Cantarzi, Master of Science. Christopher Keefe, Master of Science. Samantha Kellett, Master of Science. Trevor Kildare, Master of Science. Stephanie Kimball, Master of Science. Melinda King, Master of Science. Mary Clevenite, Master of Science. Lindsay Cook, Master of Science. Crystal Cull, Master of Science. Lauren Kurzweil, Master of Science. Cassandra Kwiatkowski, Master of Science. Lindsay L'Italian, Master of Science. Elizabeth Laidlaw, Master of Science. Alicia Lake, Master of Science. Kaya Lane, Master of Science. Krista Langlois, Master of Science. Desiree Larkin, Master of Science. Raina Laurie, Master of Science. Leticia Latami, Master of Science. Jesse Leonos, Master of Science. John Wesley Lee II, Master of Science. Jasmine Leonard, Master of Science. Aaron Levy, Master of Science. Sean Layden, Master of Science. Heather Lynn, Master of Science. James Logan Jr., Master of Science. Thomas Long, Master of Science. Sarah Llewellyn, Master of Science. David Lynn, Master of Science. James Madry, Master of Science. Alexandra Mahar, Master of Science. Tiffany Maldonado, Master of Science. Danielle Manco, Master of Science. Michelle Mans, Master of Science. Jessica Marsh, Master of Science. Valerie Martin, Master of Science. Deriza Patricia Martinez Noguez, Master of Science. Matthew Martinez, Master of Science. Michael Martinez, Master of Science. Tova Marks, Master of Science. Rachel Marzoli, Master of Science. Dana Mattiello, Master of Science. Joshua Mahorter, Master of Science. George McCready, Master of Science. Kristen McDermott, Master of Science. Gua McGee, Master of Science. Sonia McGee, Master of Science. Barbara McGrother, Master of Science. Savannah Melanson Buxton, Master of Science. Danielle Malillo, Master of Science. Mary Miller, Master of Science. Manachika Millian, Master of Science. Marnie Mingus, Master of Science. Renee Mizsig, Master of Science. Caitlin Montalbano, Master of Science. Emily Montgomery, Master of Science. Aubrey Moore, Master of Science. Autumn Moraine, Master of Science. Deborah Morgan, Master of Science. James Murray, Master of Science. Desiree Nelson, Master of Science. Jacob Newcomb, Master of Science. Tiffany Newton, Master of Science. On Down Wen, Master of Science. Teddy Home Wen Leiden, Master of Science. Brittany Novakovsky, Master of Science. Marissa Nowiejski, Master of Science. Shade O'Neill, Master of Science. Brian O'Neill, Master of Science. Mary Ompad, Master of Science. Lawrence Opitz, Master of Science. Alessia Pace, Master of Science. Alyssa Palmer, Master of Science. Jason Palmer, Master of Science. Samantha Panizo Bioki, Master of Science. Paul Payne, Master of Science. Melissa Peacher, Master of Science. Keegan Pearl, Master of Science. Joseph Pete, Master of Science. Lauren Pelayo, Master of Science. Kate Pellegrini, Master of Science. Kaylee Pettijohn, Master of Science. Eunice Philbin King, Master of Science. Shelby Phillips, Master of Science. Luemo Vupino, Master of Science. Levi Powell, Master of Science. Melinda Pratt, Master of Science. Cassandra Putt, Master of Science. Sabrina C. Piles, Master of Science. Tabitha Raber, Master of Science. Alexander Rathbun, Master of Science. Jennifer Raymond, Master of Science. Jacqueline Reardon, Master of Science. Brianna Redder, Master of Science. Joseph Redder, Master of Science. Mark Reeves, Master of Science. Robert Reitnauer, Master of Science. Andrea Rijon Dominguez, Master of Science. Alexandra Rewick, Master of Science. Brandy Reel, Master of Science. Francisco Rivera, Master of Science. Kame Shahrize, Master of Science. Kendra Robinson, Master of Science. Marangely Rocker, Master of Science. John Roden, Master of Science. Elisabel Rodriguez, Master of Science. Roman Rodriguez, Master of Science. Thomas Rogers, Master of Science. Savannah Rosado Eichstadt, Master of Science. Sarah Rosenberger, Master of Science. Richard Rosenstock, Master of Science. Amanda Rounds, Master of Science. Alyssa Sacco, Master of Science. Isaiah Salafia, Master of Science. Kristen Sanchez, Master of Science. Tyne Shia Sanders, Master of Science. Taylor Surrett, Master of Science. Sam Sawyer, Master of Science. Dana Scavo, Master of Science. Mackenzie Schaefer, Master of Science. Hannah Scott, Master of Science. Tania Scott, Master of Science. Andrew Sheldon, Master of Science. Kenneth Shepard, Master of Science. Julie Showalter, Master of Science. Desiree Schultes, Master of Science. Rachel Sidote, Master of Science. Ariana Sylvia, Master of Science. Tanisha Sims, Master of Science. Nicole Simonelli, Master of Science. Kendall Slate, Master of Science. Anthony Smallwood, Master of Science. Amber Smith, Master of Science. Nicole Smith, Master of Science. Nordia Smith, Master of Science. Rushane Smith, Master of Science. Shanti Smith, Master of Science. Trinity Smith, Master of Science. Courtney Spade, Master of Science. Shannon Spalding, Master of Science. Mia Spruill, Master of Science. Rebecca Squires, Master of Science. Sarah Stank, Master of Science. Lindsay Stayrope, Master of Science. Adavia Stevenson, Master of Science. Joy Stewart, Master of Science. Lynetta Strong, Master of Science. Nicholas Stucker, Master of Science. Amanda Sullivan, Master of Science. Diana Swearingen, Master of Science. Amanda Swiatek, Master of Science. Ashley Tanner, Master of Science. Summer Taylor, Master of Science. Mallory Teal, Master of Science. Brooke Terry, Master of Science. Dana Terry, Master of Science. Larry Tao, Master of Science. Melody Thomas, Master of Science. Nina Thomas, Master of Science. Wendy Thomas, Master of Science. Jenny Thompson, Master of Science. Brian Thompson, Master of Science. Casey Tolstoy, Master of Science. Anisha Trappier, Master of Science. Tracy Travazin, Master of Science. Francesca Valentine, Master of Science. Gabrielle Bennard Wade, Master of Science. Amanda Viertel, Master of Science. Paige Vinson, Master of Science. Adam Vogler, Master of Science. Matthew Vogler, Master of Science. Kimberly Walsh, Master of Science. Beverly Warren, Master of Science. Jennifer Watts, Master of Science. Mara Webster, Master of Science. Jennifer Wells, Master of Science. Brenda Whitney Skaggs, Master of Science. Pansy Wiest, Master of Science. Trayshawn Wilford, Master of Science. Hope Willard, Master of Science. Graham Williams, Master of Science. Nicole Williams, Master of Science. Grayson Woodworth, Master of Science. Sydney Wooten, Master of Science. Ashley Wright, Master of Science. Henry Wright, Master of Science. Jared Zamora, Master of Science. Jacob Zontini, Master of Science.
Congratulations to the newest graduates of Southern New Hampshire University. On behalf of the Alumni Board of Directors, I am honored to officially welcome you into the SNHU Alumni Association. Today, more than 156,000 SNHU alumni around the world congratulate you on your success and hope you will be an active part of our global SNHU community. At this time, if you are one of our learners who has earned an associate's or bachelor's degree, I invite you to participate in the ceremonial tradition of moving your tassel from the right side of your cap to the left. As you go forth today, always remember the university's motto, Summa Optimaque, in English, the greatest and the best. And indeed, you are. Congratulations again.